So I was just taking a little look at using the system builder here, and I was just trying to find out some data, some stats, some past stats about horses that won last time out. And then I just thought I might as well make a short video, a little tutorial for you. So here we are in the system builder. We've got no rules chosen yet, but we've got this open, and we're just going to add a couple of rules. So I'm going to have the year greater or equal 2018. Very simple. Choose the system builder, the Inform Racing system builder. Just choose your rules and select which category or particular point you want from each rule. Okay, and then you can add a rule here. So I'm going to look at, I'm just going to look at flat turf races just for the moment. So race type equals flat. And I'm going to look at handicap races, which that one there, and then of course last time out position, numeric equals 1. Okay, and I'm going to look at this from a laying point of view up here. So tick the lay button, and first of all I'm going to just apply these rules just to see where we are. Okay, so there's an 82% strike rate from laying horses that won last time out, which equates to about a 17% strike rate for those winning. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go into the breakdowns a little bit more. So here all we have here is the list of the results, which you can export, and the summary of all the results here. Okay, obviously there was one winner that won last time out at a BSP of 593. We won't be laying those, so we'll be restricting the BSPs as well. Okay, so once you want to start looking into the breakdowns, click the breakdown settings here, and that will open up into a new tab. And I've got some that I had here previously, and you can add all of these. Most of the categories you've got as rules you can have as result breakdowns, which break down the results and show you what's positive and what's negative. Okay, so but what I'm going to do just for the moment, is select none. Okay, so that deletes all the ones I had, and then I'm going to just choose a couple of breakdowns. Okay, so I'm going to have the days since run. So horses that won last time out, want to see if there's anything special about the number of days since they ran. Okay, and I also want to look at the last time out SP as a decimal to see if there's anything we can find regarding the horse's SP last time out. Do outsiders that won last time out win again more than those at shorter prices? And I'm going to add the BSP so we can get a handle on price range and the BSP rank. Okay, so you can choose your set of breakdowns. You can choose them all if you want to. I have found that if you're looking at a specific system or a specific idea, it's nice to be able to run your results and then just pick the breakdowns that you want to look at. So you can add one at a time, or you can add as many as you like. But once you've added them, click Save Settings, and that's now saved we can just apply the rules again because that's all been saved inside the system builder. Okay, so we'll apply the rules again. And obviously the stats haven't changed, but, oh, sorry, I forgot to. You have to include the breakdowns, of course. Okay, so tick the Include Breakdowns button when you want the breakdowns. It sounds quite obvious. Okay, so let's have a look. Days since run. So we're looking at, we've got an overall laying strike rate of, let's call it 83%. Okay. So days since run, horses that won last time out. Days since run. I'm not looking at the profits at the moment, okay, because they've all got huge winners. I'm just looking at the strike rates. Okay, so the horses that won within the last 7 days have got a better strike rate for winning, a worse for laying, which is what we're doing. Okay, so that's something just to bear in mind. The other ones are similar. You can see clearly that horses who run more recently have won more races. Okay, LTO last time out, SP decimal. Again, a low one on the horses that were odds on. Okay, and again, it's getting worse as the previous SP gets bigger. Okay, the BSP here is, so we don't want to be laying huge priced horses. That's basically, no one wants to be laying horses at 100. So we can see that the strike rate is too low for laying on horses at 4 or less. There's quite a jump between, we're on about, I've forgotten now already, is it 87%, I think, overall? Oh, 82%, okay. So the BSP, there is a big jump from 6 to 5 or less to over 6.5, which is about 11 to 2 and bigger. So we're looking for the better strike rates, okay? And I think if you said to yourself, what price do you want to be laying at, or in between, we'd all love to be laying these very short prices, but the profit and loss isn't anything massive, as you can see here, but it's non-existent. So there's got to be some sort of risk. So if we looked at when they start in the high 80s, the percentage, so over 6.5, and I would suggest that perhaps below 15 or less. Okay, now it's going to cut down the bets quite a bit. You can change this to whatever you want. If you're happy laying 34 BSP 34.51, that's up to you. So we just bear that one in mind, and we can look at the BSP rank, where the vast majority are in the top 6 in the betting. And again, we've got a bit of a jump here. Okay, so BSP rank 1 is actually a very low strike rate for laying, and because they're favourites, there's no huge prices. There was one at 11 that won, but it is showing a loss. Okay, so we can ignore the prices on that one because it is the BSP favourite, and we know that's not going to be a massive price. So there's 2 things I would look at here first of all, and that is either leave out the BSP rank favourite, the favourite on Betfair, or reduce my price bracket that I'm going to lay at to over 6.5 and less than 15. First of all, I'm going to show, just to select the horse not to be a BSP favourite. Okay, so the horse won last time out, but it's not favourite in this race. So we can go to BSP rank not equal 1, okay? And we can run that again. Okay, so where are we now? We are a much better percentage. I think that was 83. And we've had a losing streak. So there's 4 horses that have won on the trot, which is 4 losing lays, and 66 losing lays on the trot, which is nice. But again, we've still got these huge BSPs. So I'm going to go back to the BSP and just have a look again at the price ranges. So I think 15's where I want to stop. Without the favourites, we're now in profit on the shorter BSPs, which is quite nice. The strike rate is not great or is lower on the shorter horses, but I'm going to leave that for a minute. So I'm just going to put in that the BSP must be 15 or less. Okay, so that'll be the maximum price we're going to be laying at. So we can add another rule. BSP must be less or equal 15. Oops, 15. Okay. So I'm going to run that one more time. Okay, so the profit now is quite nice, 395. This is quite a long time. So we've got 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6.5 years. So not massive profit, but the lay strike rate, I think that's dipped actually just a little bit, but we've restricted we've got those shorter price ones on the lower BSPs. So that's probably why the percentage has gone down a little bit anyway. So there we are. That's you can review all of this again and decide where you want to be looking and changing things. One thing I did want to add. So now I've had an idea and I've thought, okay, I'm quite. This has given me something to concentrate on. There's an 86% strike rate of lays. Got 4 losers on the trot, and they could be up to 15. So that's not ideal, but we've got a profit. So we're looking at horses that won last time out that weren't the BSP favourite with a BSP of 15 or less in handicaps on turf have given us this summary of results. Okay. So what I do want to do is I want to add a couple more breakdowns. So I'm going to go back to the breakdown panel, the settings, and I'm going to just to see what happens if we look at the horse's age. Does that make a difference to horses that won last time out? Okay, so horse's age will have the breakdown. And also I'm going to put in the race distance. Maybe that will make a difference, okay? So added those, make sure you save your settings. You can go back to the system builder and apply the rules again. Obviously that's not going to change. That's not going to change these set of results just yet, but we can now have a look at the race distance, okay? And there really isn't a great deal of difference. Obviously most of the races are 1 mile and 2 less. But the percentages are all very similar, so that's not made a lot of difference. Horse age, again, not a great amount of difference. So there's nothing really to look at there. So that's how you can play around with the system builder. And of course you can just keep adding, or you can take away any of these. Just click the cross. You can add any more. You could look at the course name. The different course names provide more last time out winners. You could look at, let's have a look at the BHA difference to last race. So most horses that have won in handicaps are going to go up in the weights, okay? There are different races where you have apprentice races, etc., where they won't. So let's have a look at that one. Save the settings, back to the system builder, apply the rules again. And we've now got the BHA difference to last race, okay? Now, the vast majority of horses are clearly going to be going up in the handicap. So the most here, they've gone up 3 since their last race, up 4, up 5 and up 6. I mean, that's the standard sort of penalty for a win. And the strike rates are all pretty similar. There's a few losses over here of horses that haven't gone up in handicap, and the strike rate is lower. So those horses that do win apprentice races and go on to run next time without penalty have got a lower strike rate. You know, something you might want to bear in mind. But I don't think there's anything there. The horses the either side of +6 and below -1, well, -0 or 1 and 2. There's very few horses in the results there to take a look at. Okay. So, yeah, there you have it. That was just an idea. I can play along with this for a little bit longer if I want to. Plenty of things you could add. You could look at the going and see how that changes anything. In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look at the going, and so we can add the going. See what that does to it. So you've got all of these. Run style. You could look at the horse's run style, the sex of the horse, the weight the horse carried, the weight rank, all of these All of these can be chosen as breakdowns. So you can look at the class of the race and all of that. So finally, we just go on the going, and I'm going to save the settings and go back to the system that we are just looking at. And we can just have a check at the going. Going is surprisingly lower on firm ground and getting a bit higher towards soft and good to soft. Okay, and there's a profit with that as well. So, but there's not a great deal there for last out winners. Although horses that ran on firm, we don't get firm that much in the UK, I suppose. But anyway, that another one you could have checked. That could have made a massive difference to how the horses ran last horses that won last time out. So there you go. You can change your breakdown settings. You can simply pick your rules. You can pick any. You can add any more. All of these rules here are the same list as we've got in the result breakdowns, the odds, in running stuff, all of the ratings, etc. Okay, and they can all be chosen on the settings for the system builder. Okay, and you can go on and play around with this and find a little idea that you want to follow. But basically, we've got since 2018. Profit spread over 6 years is not massive, but we can see that there's an 86% strike rate, a losing streak of 4, and a winning streak, which is 52 losers on the trot. Okay, so something you might want to look at. I was just playing around with this and I thought I'd make the video for you, and I hope you can get something out of that. Thank you.